Believe Nation, happy Friday. Friday CEO day. So working on big projects to move my business forward. It's been a crazy day. I can't believe it's already 4 o'clock. I feel like I just woke up. Anyway, got tons of awesome stuff done. But now it's time to be here with you to try to bring some value, answer some questions. Hope you're doing amazing. Michael, what's up, brother? All good, man. All good. I'm Irving, Bonanno in the house. The Badal. Hey, Evan. Appreciate you guys. I love it. Let's give some shout-outs. Marriedpreneur Life. Hoop Lauda in the house. Shaman, Nikki Jefferson, Carmen, Sandra, Jennifer, Natali. What? That's a nice spelling there at the end. I like it. Anyway, trying to be here to help some entrepreneurs. Michael in the house. Abdullah, welcome. Pop your questions below. I've got, hopefully, Mark. We tried to bring in Mark last time and had some tech issues, I guess, and him being able to find it and join in. So we'll see if Mark can join in this time, hear his story, learn how we can help him. But until then, pop your questions below, and I'll see how I can help. Hello, Don, traveling, Sandrita. Thanks for the love. I guess you're not traveling that much right now, so hopefully you're still making the best of your quarantine time. The Badal, Believe Nation, love you, bro. Much love back at you, the Badal. I appreciate you. What else? How are you? I'm feeling good. Again, I can't believe that it's already 4 o'clock. It's like, what happened to today? Wild. Love from Tanzania. Potentine Maximilian, appreciate you. Welcome aboard. Let me just give another quick look to see if I see Mark here in the chat. Otherwise, pop your questions down below, and we'll do my best to plow through them and see how I can bring you guys some value today. Reset time, I like it. We need the reset time. It's awesome. For me, my life hasn't honestly changed that much. I mean, I'm not speaking, I'm not traveling. Obviously, all my speaking gigs got postponed or canceled. But apart from that, no, I'm an introvert. I stay in and make content and do my work on my computer. So this is not that far off from what my normal life looks like. So anyway, hopefully you guys are handling the situation okay. How can this quarantine make you stronger? Well, one, just know that this is just another fight that you have to make. I mean, entrepreneurship, there's going to be lots of battles, lots of up and downs, lots of punches to the face. And it's about just keep going. Like, use this time. You either do what most people do, and they complain and they shut off, or they just watch Netflix all day, or you use it as a chance to say, what can I do with the time that I have? Right? I'm not traveling right now, so I'm making extra content. If I was on a plane right now to some speaking gig, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. So what can you do with the time that you have now to get ahead, right? Hustle while you wait. It's one of my favorite expressions. You hustle while you wait. You're waiting. There's a lot of waiting, not just waiting to get through this, but there's a lot of waiting in general with entrepreneurship. You're waiting for somebody to get back to you. You're waiting for that hire to come through. You're waiting for that contract, right? You're waiting. Awesome. What are you doing while you're waiting? You're hustling. So now we're waiting. You're waiting for who knows how long. You're waiting for another month, 2 months, 3 months, 9 months. I don't know. How long you waiting? Great. Waiting alone, that's not enough now. You hustle. You hustle while you wait. Let me give another quick look. Let's give another quick look to see if I see Mark here in the chat. Mark, I'm excited to have on, learn about his business, see how I can help. And maybe he's just not finding it. I don't know. I don't see him. Mark, if you're there, if you're in the chat, let me know. Pop a message down so I know you're here. I can bring you in. Otherwise, let's keep going. How do you make 6,000 plus content? Well, listen, I have a team. So we've got 24 people who help me out now. Maybe more. We just hired a whole bunch too. But I don't know, between 20 and 30 people on the team. So that's not a solo effort by any stretch. And also, I've been doing it for 11 years, right? April 2009 was my first video. So it's coming up on 11 years. So don't worry about getting to 6,000. Worry about getting to 6. Most people don't even have 6. Do that first. All right. Nick in the house. Welcome. Brandon, welcome. Let's just do one last quick check for Mark. I still don't see Mark. Don't know what's happened with Mark. Anyway, keep going. Brandon, I have way less time now with school closures. I'm just between patient and doing what I can in between. This is a chance to see what you're made of. You either succumb to the pressure or a chance to say, this is my chance to see what I'm made of. Please suggest me 3 books to read in quarantine time. Built to Serve. Read it 3 times and do the work. After that, I mean, it depends on what you want to go, what your goals are. It's like, please suggest somebody for me to marry. Well, I don't know. Who are you interested in? What kind of books are you interested in? What do you want to learn? Right? The more specific you are with the question, the easier it is to give a specific answer. What side business do you recommend now? Kind of the same answer. Like, within something that you love, right? Don't get into the side business of trying to sell ventilators because you think is a hot business right now. That's going to be a mistake. Get into a business that you have always thought about, and now you have some time to do it. And maybe there's an adjustment that you can make around coronavirus. Like, there's a lot of people who are making YouTube videos now. They're starting their YouTube channel up now because they suddenly have time. They're at home. They don't know what to do, so they're filming content, right? So inside of the ideas that you've always wanted to do, what's a small online version of it that you can start right now? That's what I'd be thinking about ASAP moving forward. Benjamin in the house. Beau in the house. IG Live with Angel in the house. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, Michelle, Divya, D, Max, Vikram, Banjo, Debo. I like that. That's cool. How do you create content faster? Ayo experience. Listen, it's in your last name, through experience, right? The first video I made took me 2 days to make, and then editing and everything else on top of it. Now I can crank out multiple videos in one day. Right? I think my highest is 60-something videos in one day because I've done it, right? With the experience, you get faster, you get better, you learn, you improve, just like anything else, right? Just like anything else. So don't put pressure on yourself yet to make content faster, because at the beginning the creative process is very messy and is slow and you don't know what you're doing. The speed comes with efficiency, but you have to be optimizing and being efficient on the right things. So if I'm going to make a top 10 video, for example, even now a top 10 video, we have our system, we have our routines. We've been doing those for, I don't know, 6 years or something. So we know what we're doing. It's super easy now to pump those out. And it's a team effort. If I'm going to do some brand new video I've never done before, that could take me half a day because it's messy and it's creative, and it's supposed to be. So don't worry about speed yet. Don't worry about optimizing yet. Worry about finding something that you love and that works. Figure out where the fences are for that, and then you can start optimizing around it. I think people put too much pressure at the beginning to make that happen. Let's see. Beau wants to go live. We could bring Beau in. Hold on. Let me just make sure Mark's not here. I don't know what happened to Mark. We're supposed to do a one-on-one with Mark, but I don't see him in the chat. So let's go bring in Beau. Here we go. Beau, the man from across the pond, is going to give us some energy. Here it comes. I'm excited. Connecting.
Yeah, brother.
Beau in the house.
How are you, sir?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm good. I just wanted to go live with you really quick because a special treat arrived on my doorstep today.
Oh,
snap. With your name on it.
Oh, snap.
So thank you. But I've already bought a number on Amazon, and I've got the audiobook myself because I consume
you like audio better?
My audiobook. But it just works for me, and no, it's really cool. Just what an amazing book. I say it all the time, and every time I say it to you, you're like, okay, I get it. But no, man, the title of the book, Built to Serve, the word serve is that 1 degree shift that changed my entire life. Like when I started being like, how can Beau make it great, to how can I add value to those around me?
Yeah.
Man, I went from like near not homeless, but not much to, dude, I can do anything I want now. I love it.
So the initial title was supposed to be your...
Dear Beau?
Dear Beau? No, it's amazing. I'm trying to think what it is, because my first book was called Your One Word, and then they wanted to call it, I had purpose in there. I think it was like Your Purpose Planner or something. And then they wanted to change it to Your Higher Purpose. And it didn't quite sit with me. So then we went with Who, Why, How, which is the 3 steps in the book. And then as we split test it, Who, Why, How wasn't pulling very well. And so someone in my community suggested you should call it Built to Serve. And just instantly, like, I love that title. That's amazing. So it was this process of finding a good title, and I'm super glad that we landed on that.
if there is a secret to anything, no matter what industry you're in, what you're doing, it's that. And I'm so excited to see more people tuning into what you're doing now, because one of the joys of this quarantine, so I'm in London and it's really strict here.
Yeah.
Like, you go outside, they're coming after you.
Yeah.
One of the great things about this is, and I think you'll agree, we're going to see so many people discovering that Michael Jordan level of talent they never knew they had, because they finally have the time to explore and have fun and be creative.
I hope so. I've actually been a little disappointed so far. I was looking at, there's a lot of people, my friends, who are making thought leadership kind of expert content on YouTube, and a lot of people's channels are down right now.
Really?
Yeah, which shocked me too. A lot of people's channels are down, but YouTube was way up. YouTube was throttling their services. YouTube's not even delivering in super high def because it's causing too much bandwidth issues for people. So people are consuming what? Entertainment, and then news, like more, what is CNN saying and what is BBC saying, and just constant fear, anxiety, doubt. What's the death toll today in England? And yes, it's great to be informed, but 18 times a day checking in is not going to serve you to get better at anything. So I really hope there are a lot of people who are using this chance as an opportunity to learn and get better, but I think right now the majority of people are still living in fear, doubt, anxiety, uncertainty, and so they're turning to the news, or they're just shutting their brain off and watching entertainment content. So I hope it shifts. I hope it shifts. There are definitely people who are taking advantage of it, but I was shocked that more people aren't.
Hopefully when the fear dissipates, like on the other channels that so I'm with on Leon's channel, we're doing daily Instagram lives, and we're seeing a lot of fear, and it's just dissipating that. And as Tony Robbins says, like, awareness can be curative. So as soon as you realize you are actually afraid, that's when you can start changing. And I think once that goes, you get out of survival mode, because you never want to make decisions in that survival mode, because that's kind of short-term gain, long-term pain. And I'm relishing it. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying the time with my family. I'm enjoying time to buckle down on social. But actually, another reason I came on here is I do have a technical question for you.
Okay.
A business-wise. So we've got close to 700,000 in our community, and we're primarily broadcasting in English. Mm-hmm. And we're starting to, we've just signed a deal to release all of our content in Latin America. Mm-hmm. Now, would you advise us, our primary, by the way, our primary outlook, our primary channel is Facebook, then Instagram, and we've not worked on YouTube yet, but someone in my team may have purchased your course recently.
Okay, let's go.
I cannot confirm or deny,
okay.
But would you recommend us, so as we're going towards the Latin American market, using our main channels with the numbers and the glory to hit that, or would you recommend setting up the parallel channels and working it in tandem with it?
What's the business model that comes from it?
So at the moment, so our content is, so we got the Netflix show, the new Amazon show coming out, and it's emotional based, and the Latin American market is a lot more emotional than the English speaking market. And so the business model is just pure awareness of the content, because we don't have to sell anything. Most people have access to Netflix or Amazon, but their awareness and attention is currency for us to push other projects forward. So our main model is awareness and kind of eyes on the work.
But you're talking about either dubbing it or captioning it, right? Your content?
So that's all been done. So Netflix has done that for us. Amazon's done it for
great.
us.
Okay.
But it's our
your organic
it's our
content,
actual or our organic, like our memes, our kind of our personal development stuff, our outreach.
Is Netflix?
We do have someone on our team.
Yeah. Is it dubbed or captioned
so
on Netflix?
So I think they're now dubbing it. It used to be captioned, but now they've dubbed it just because we've got the new book coming out.
Nice. There. Okay. Dubbing is so much more effective than captioning. So much more. I mean, so I have a Spanish channel and a Russian channel that both have 100,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, and dubbing is the way, more than captioning for sure. So if you have a business model attached to it, YouTube and Instagram are going to be your best organic. Without having a YouTube reach in English, I would probably just start in English before worrying about anything else. I would look at dubbing my content and translating the pictures and the memes into Spanish. That's not that difficult to do, right? You find somebody in Argentina and you just start working away. My dubbing team is in Argentina. I
think we might have the same team. I'll go check.
Okay, great. So there you go.
Ours are there too.
Great. I love it. So instantly start captioning and translating, dubbing and translating, dubbing video content, translating the pictures and the memes and the photos and then what's in the captions for Instagram. Facebook is more of a paid platform. Facebook is hard to rank organically and get a lot of views on, so you're paying for it. I mean, the good news is paid is relatively cheap hitting Latin America. So you could start building up the same content. Like a lot of the content between Instagram and Facebook are very, you don't need unique content for both. You could post most of the time the same thing on both platforms. But you'll have to pay to get reach on Facebook, where Instagram you can get reach organically just by having great content, staying consistent, engaging with the people who respond back, and using good use of hashtags.
Perfect. And so you would, because I've seen some people do it, and I know how you do it. I know how Gary Vee's doing it, stuff with the having the separate channel to do it. Because I've seen some people try to amalgamate their English-speaking channel with these Latino
different channel
memes, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Because all the platforms are algorithm-based, and so what ends up happening is when you release any content, you release Instagram content, you release a post, it goes to a percentage of your audience. If they like it, it goes to more. If they like it, it goes to more. And if they like it, it goes to broader audiences. So if you launch a Spanish piece of content, the English people are not like, what is it? Oh, I don't even know what this means. I mean, I like it. I like the picture, but I don't understand what this is. And so they don't engage with it. And then Instagram saying, oh, if your own subscribers, your own followers aren't engaging with it, why should we promote it to anybody else? And then when you post an English content, if half your audience is Spanish, it's going to be the same problem. So now none of your content's getting ranked anywhere because your own audience isn't watching it and engaging with it. So you think audiences. Whenever you're thinking of a channel, think audiences. So it could be theme. Now your theme is always around kindness, right? I mean, that's the whole brand. There's never something you're going to post that's not kindness, related. So awesome. But language is definitely an issue. Now I know like you go to different cities and different countries and so your whole point is to break down barriers, but language is the one that I would definitely have as isolated channels. You can even run ads against your own, like what I would do if you have a big Facebook audience, like how big is your Facebook audience?
160, 170,000.
So I would run, if you start your Facebook channel in Spanish and Instagram channel in Spanish, I would run ads against my own audience in those countries, in Argentina, in Spain, in Mexico, people who self-identify as speaking Spanish. And they've kind of been following the content with English being their second language, but now they can get it in English, in their native language of Spanish. So I'd run ads. I'd run an ad of him doing a video that's then dubbed into Spanish. Like, hey, I know you've liked me in English, but now I'm in Spanish too. Go follow me on Facebook. Here's the link, right? And to start, you're taking your hardcore fans who already know and love you and bringing them to the new platform so that now when you're posting content, you've got this hyper-engaged core. So Instagram's way more likely to start promoting your content out there for the hashtags that you're picking than if you're just starting from scratch and there's nobody watching and you're doing a slow build-up.
Perfect, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that because it's been a talking point among our meetings recently. And I was like, I'm going to ask the master.
Don't put two on the same channel. It's going to tank it.
But I'm excited, and I'm very excited to see this video Nina filmed yesterday of some beautiful cauliflower cheese dish.
Cauliflower, what's the, not meatloaf, cauliflower, shepherd's pie. Cauliflower shepherd's pie. It's really good. Yeah.
I
it's really
can't
good.
wait. I'm
Yeah.
a foodie. Well, man, thank you. I'm glad you guys are safe. Keep well, and thanks for the advice. And please, I said it a while ago to Mark. I know that he poo-pooed me on the idea of being president of Canada, but that's a limiting belief, man.
Make it happen, man. Make it happen.
You can. Stay safe, brother. Nice to see you.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks, Beau.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Gotta love Beau. Gotta love Beau. I first met Beau. Man, I don't know when I first met Beau. It's been a while. We connected online. I should have kept him on just to ask what our very first interaction was. I don't remember, but he's an awesome dude. Gord in the house. Gord Isman, welcome aboard, man. Somebody asked me, what do I collect? Yesterday on one of my live streams, what do I collect? And I used to collect baseball cards, and I don't really collect anything these days, but the thought that came to mind was I collect people. I like collecting good people. I like finding people and then just trying to find ways to do stuff together. So Beau was one of those good people. Believe Nation, all caps. That's it. You got it. Best body, best life. So I don't remember the first time I met Beau and what we were doing or why we were talking, but I really liked his energy. I really liked his vibe. And then said, hey, I think he interviewed, here's the thing, he interviewed me for a show. He had this show called 4 Minute Masters. I think, Beau, if you're still there, I think this is the connection. And he said, hey, I want to interview you for 4 minutes. And I said, okay. And it was awesome energy. I love this guy. And then he said, hey, I'm really trying to get to Gary Vee. Can you make an introduction? And I never cold introduce people, and especially to guys like Gary who are inundated and don't have time to respond to things. But I thought Gary and Beau would really get along, and so I introed them. And then he did it. He did a 4 minute. Gary said yes. They did something in the back of a taxi cab, which was awesome. And I thought, I love this guy. I want to find another project or something to work on with him. And we tried to make something up. And that became an interview series. So he interviewed Mel Robbins for my channel. He interviewed Lisa Nichols, one or two other people for the channel. And then he came to my Thought Leadership Academy. And he's part of the family, right? Like when you find good people, try to collect them. Try to go out of your way to find a project that you can work on together, to be with them together more. Because when you're working with awesome people, everything gets better. Yeah. And not having clarity over what the project is at the beginning, I think that's okay. You'll figure it out together. With Beau, we bounced around on a bunch of ideas, right? And now he's off doing this amazing project, changing lives around the world, and also still being an advocate for Believe Nation and everything that we're doing. So learn to collect good people. Kaleidoscopes, thanks for the DM earlier, bro. Appreciate you. No problem. Every day I do 10 video DMs of people who've left good comments on my post. So maybe that'll be you. Kaleidoscopes wants to come in live. All right, let's bring in Kaleidoscopes. Oh, Collided Scopes. Yeah, I could set that. Collided Scopes. We're gonna bring him live. Here he comes.
Oh, you caught me off guard. I forgot I pushed request.
Well, here you are. It happened.
Hey, here we are. I'm in Oregon. Where in Canada are you at?
Toronto.
Nice. So thanks for having me on, man. I just wanted to say thank you earlier. You know, we're on a mission to change the brain injury community and support them. But I know that you've been supporting David a lot, Meltzer, and we run a lot of similar missions. And one of the things that I think that we can both relate to is keeping a good head in a physical crisis, right? And worrying about your mental health in this physical crisis. And that's one of the things that we've really focused on through our business is helping people remember that because you're told to isolate doesn't mean that you need to completely isolate yourself. It means physical isolation for health reasons, but isolation is inherently unhealthy. And with brain injury, we recognize that all too well because that's one of the things that happens. We isolate. And it's because of lack of understanding, I think. And I think that that's happening now across the board with people not quite understanding. So I just wanted to remind people, although you need to physically isolate, you should be not isolating your social self more than ever right now.
We're doing it right now. This is it.
Here we are, you know. We run an online support group that helps people with brain injury, and we typically charge an enrollment for that because we send out a toolkit and stuff. And I know that I messaged you a few messages, but we have waived all enrollment right now. We want to be there to support our people because it's not about capitalizing right now. It's about supporting, because we believe that if we support fully now, we will be supported moving forward. So if you know of anyone that needs help or that struggles with brain injury, please let them know. collidedscopes.com, or they can reach me here on IG. And I just really appreciate all your positivity, Evan, and always being there. You show up. I think that's one of the things that I really admire about you most, is you always show up. So thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Hope you have a fantastic walk, and thanks for everything you're doing.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You guys take care.
Take care. Collided Scopes in the house, making it happen. I like it. All right, Evan Tinsman in the house. I love it. Steve, welcome aboard. Lasha, Prince, Sandra, Sal, Natina, Alenia, welcome. D, Shema, Gord's still here. I love it. Cesar, Mohammed, awesome. What else we got? Wonderful message. I love it. BJJ Sanders, I just finished watching. Oops, hold on. Got to scroll back up. I just finished watching a few of your YouTube videos and subscribed to your social media channels. Such great stuff you do. Thank you. I appreciate you, BJJ. Thank you. Thank you for the love. I'm glad you're off consuming content to try to get better, as opposed to just negative, fear, anxiety driven. But to the point on the last video, you could be, one of the things that I love the most is all of my friends who's talking about supporting Dave Meltzer. I don't know if you guys know Dave Meltzer, successful entrepreneur, also has a YouTube channel, does a lot on Instagram. He's been going live every day. I've joined him a couple times to support his stream and what he's doing. But whether it's Dave Meltzer or Jay Shetty or Mel Robbins or any of these, they're going live very consistently. And I love it. They're not using it. Look at who your heroes are and look at what they're doing right now. They're not using this time to slack off and say, woe is me. They're trying to spread a positive message. They're trying to still connect with their audience, their fans, even though they don't have their teams around them, just by going live on Instagram and making it happen, right? So you can too. Yeah, Dave's wicked. Dave is pretty awesome. I first met him when he was at Entrepreneur, and they had an elevator pitch TV show or something that they had on there. And so he came on my channel, my YouTube channel. We did a live to learn about the show. I hadn't heard of him before. So that was the starting point, and it led to a awesome relationship. Whenever I'm in town, I try to look him up and grab breakfast or lunch or coffee or something. He's definitely one of the good guys. He's a guy who I'm constantly on. I look at his YouTube channel and I'm constantly pushing him. It's like, Dave, we need your voice. Dave, we need you to do more. Maybe too much. Sometimes we get on, he wakes up early. So sometimes we're on like 5 a.m. calls trying to talk about his YouTube strategy and like pushing him a little bit more because he's got so much stuff happening. But I just I want more Dave Meltzer content on YouTube. I want his name to be more out there and recognized and known. And if I have like half of 1% of his success in the push, then I'm grateful. What else? Hold on. Oops. There we go. Okay. Can I ask you a question about using interviews in regards to copyright? So it just depends on the source, right? Most of the time, the safest way is to know who you're working with. Most of the ones that I do are with people who I know. So Dave's channel and all the people that I talked about, we have relationships with them. Tony Robbins was the first one we developed one with, and then others over the years. And everything I'm doing is making people look good, right? It's always believe, it's always positive. I'm giving them more exposure and eyeballs on what they're doing. So it's creating win-win relationships. Kaleidoscopes, you're in the same category as David. Don't discredit yourself. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to say I suck. I'm just trying to lift other people up. it's so hard at the beginning. The last guy that I felt this for was Tom Bilyeu. When I first had him on my channel, I didn't know who he was. I called him Tom Bilyeu. You know, he was just getting started. That's probably the right pronunciation now because it's a French name. But anyway, he calls himself Tom Bilyeu. I didn't know who he was. And I really liked his message. I really liked his style. I really liked how he deeply cared about other people winning. And I remember messaging him after. It's like, please don't stop. YouTube is such a hard game to get going. Please don't stop. Please keep going. Please making your content consistently putting out there because it's a unique voice I think people need. And he didn't. I mean, he's crushing it. Tom is crushing it. We've just been DMing today about new ideas for his channel. Dave was the next guy. Dave was like Tom Bilyeu a year later, where I met him and then said, oh man, I really want this guy to win. I really want this guy not to stop, right? I hope he keeps going. And he's been fairly consistent. It's not as everything that he can do. But I want, like you guys all love Tom, like I want Dave to be as well known as Tom and continue to build. Like I think the more that these people are known, the more good they can do. And they're doing it on their own, and I'm just trying to amplify and give whatever advice I can based on what I've done. Evan Tinsman, I literally have listened to you and Tom daily for 2 years. It's a good combination, man. My interview with him, so I did an interview with him here, remote, a number of years ago. And then last year, I did an interview with him. I went to his house in LA, and we did an interview there. That's on, I don't know if it's on the main channel. It's on one of my channels. Anyways, one of the most fun interviews that I've done. Asked him a lot of questions that I personally cared about. And we focused half on health and half on business, since that's what he does in his channel as well. So if you haven't seen that, you might discover a slightly different side of Tom and questions he hasn't been asked before. So I love Tom. I have tons of time for him. Just saw him in Puerto Rico, him and Lisa. And I'm a huge, huge, huge fan, and I want them to win, you know, really badly. Tom Bilyeu is a godsend, as are you, my friend. Amazing. I just think we need more people spreading the good message. Reed, I'm bored in quarantine. Can you tell me how to leverage my platform as a 27-year-old military pilot speaker? What's your platform? So listen, if you're bored, lean into what you've always thought about doing. When you're in the military and you're you know, grinding and working, what ideas have come to you that'd be, oh, it'd be cool if I could start this when I go home. It'd be cool if I had extra time. I'd do. What are those ideas? And now is your time to actually start acting on them. Maybe you have 5 different ideas. Try all of them in a small way and see what makes you come alive. This is your chance to get ahead. Even if your idea was something in person, great. What's the online version of the idea that you had? And use this time right now to go for it. Best body, best life. Evan, you help entrepreneurs live their dreams in action. Much love and respect. Trying, right? I mean, I think just we're all doing our part. All doing our part to try. Kaleidoscopes, thanks for going live with me. Mad love and support from the States. Talk soon. Best wishes. Appreciate you, man. Tips for starting the podcast. First, decide, is it going to be you as a personality, or are you going to be interviewing? Most podcasts are guest driven. There are some, but there aren't too many podcasts that are successful that are solo personality. So most of them are guest driven. So now what you think about is, what's the theme of your podcast going to be? And so you start bringing on guests who will come and teach you about blank, right? What is it that you want to learn? How do you want to get better? And then bring guests on that is not just for the audience. This is where a lot of people make a mistake with podcasting. They bring on guests that they think would be beneficial to the audience. Don't do that. Bring on guests that are beneficial to you. Bring on people who you want to learn from personally. And in your learning and your vulnerability and you sharing, hey, I'm struggling with this, how can I get through it? Then other people learn as well. The first question I asked Tom Bilyeu, so when I sat down, just to bring that story home, at his place in LA, you know, cameras rolling. First question I asked him is, Tom, have you solved your seasonal allergy problem? Because on one random episode of his content, he talked about having a seasonal allergy problem, where he takes a pill every day for his allergies. And I take a pill every day for my allergies, or at least I was. And I figured if anybody has solved this, it's Tom Bilyeu, because he's got the health channel, he's the health guru, he has all these people coming on, he's hacked the microbiome and gut flora and everything. He's like, he's going to tell me the answer. And so I was all excited to ask him this question. And his answer was, he hasn't, because it's not enough of a priority, because he can just take a pill and it's taken care of, versus his other ambitions of trying to live forever and making sure that Lisa's, super healthy all the time and all that stuff. So a little disappointing first answer, at least for me, but I get it. But then that led to a whole bunch of other fun questions that I cared about. And that's what made the interview so great. They're not the same questions that everybody asks him. So on Thursdays, I do all day podcasts, interviews, Skype calls with people, and 10 to 12 different interviews every day on a Thursday. And I get asked the same 18 questions almost by everybody. And I don't mind. I don't mind answering the same questions over and over and over again. But you're getting me answering the same question. Like, if you ask me the same question, I'm going to give you the same answer. But if I know that you're asking me something for you and I'm actually helping you with something, then it makes me more engaged, but also you get unique content for your podcast. So tell them why you're bringing them on. Don't introduce them. Don't read their bio. That's boring. Nobody cares. It's the same. You want to have a different show than everybody else. Tell them, hey, I love you. If I'm on your podcast, Evan, I love you so much because XYZ, because you go live on Instagram every day and you answer people's questions. Great. Like, nobody's ever introduced me like that on their podcast. They just read my bio off. Now you have a unique introduction, and I know that you care. I know that you're a fan. I know that you've paid attention to my stuff. So I'm already more engaged as well compared to the person just reading off my bio. And then you ask questions that you care about, that just treat it as a coaching call that other people get to watch in and see what's happening, right? Treat it as a coaching call for yourself. Evan, like you not sneezing? What's my not sneezing? Is that where I teach people how to do the world's quietest sneeze? Or was there something else that I missed? You, me, and happiness. Hi, Evan, sending good vibes. Appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the motivational videos. Thank you from India. I love it. Thank you for the love. Welcome aboard. Let me just have one last look to see if Mark, where's Mark? Still don't see Mark. Mark, if you're here, let me know. Mark's having some Instagram issues, I guess, being able to join in. Anyway, let's get to a couple more. What else? Let me scroll. Should I upload 10 videos at the same time on YouTube, or daily one video? Daily one video. But consistently after too. If you're just going to do 10 videos and that's it, then it doesn't matter. Like, just post all 10 videos at the same. It doesn't make a difference if you're going to do 10 videos and then never touch your channel again. Afterwards, you want to do ideally ongoing content. So I'd like to see a video daily, but then more content coming after and after and after. Evan, your interview with Sean Ken on reference to Tom's allergies. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember what I said on Sean's channel. What did I talk about Tom with sneezing? Did I teach him how to do the world's quietest sneeze? I don't remember. Anyway, Evan is a hardcore fan. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, anyway, I love it. Now I want to go back and watch. So I've done 3 interviews, I think, on Sean's channel. Awesome, like video influencers. If you don't know, video influencers is Sean Cannell, Benji. They've got a channel helping people build their influence. What is it? Influence, income, and impact. Impact and income online. Great guys. Love seeing the growth of their channel, especially how they bring on lots of experts as well. They're experts, but they also bring on other people. So how not to sneeze. Okay, so I taught them how to do the world's quietest sneeze. Good. It's pretty. I learned that from Steve Aoki. So it's super valuable skill, I think. What else? Excitement, awesome. Where's Mark today? I don't know. Mark is visiting his grandfather. So Mark has a 90-something-year-old grandfather who is 90-something. So he's super high risk, and his health is not fantastic, not like he's dying or something, but just weak in condition, and he's worried that with Corona and everything, he wants to make sure he can spend some time with his grandfather. So he's out doing that stuff today. Go send Mark some love. TikTok is growing my YouTube faster than YouTube. Any thoughts? Learn to make better YouTube. People coming from TikTok to YouTube don't stick to YouTube videos. Just the consumption habits. Like TikTok is awesome. It's short form, entertaining kind of videos. 30-second to 1-minute videos on YouTube do not work well. And this isn't just from TikTok to YouTube. Anytime you're trying to build a social platform, whatever the next thing that comes out, you have to win on the platform. If you really want to have success, you win on the platform. You win on Instagram by winning on Instagram, not by promoting it on YouTube. Because people are coming to that social platform with an intent in mind. If I'm here on Instagram and I'm making a post and you're scrolling, maybe you read the post, most people don't want to go off and then watch a 20-minute YouTube video. The same person might go watch that video, but not right now. You're in a different mindset. You're in Instagram mode right now. You're catching up and seeing what's going on with people. You don't want to, you're at a red light, or you're standing in line or something. Your mentality is, I want to scroll through and get some quick hits. Not, I want to spend the next 10 to 20 minutes watching this video. When you're home, maybe, but rely on that person to then save the video and subscribe to you and go watch it at home. Very few people will do that. So the trick to winning on any platform is to win on the platform, to understand the platform. 80% always is going to be consistent quality content. And quality depends on the platform and what you can offer and provide, right? It's going to be a mix between entertainment and education. I'm heavy on the education and not so much on the entertainment. You're not coming to me for jokes and entertainment. But education, I can crush. We got that down. We got the education down. Maybe some energy and positivity, but I lean on the education, not the entertainment side. And then consistency, right? To the last question of, should I post 10 videos at the same time? No, don't post it at the same time. We post them one at a time, but then keep making more content. And then the last 20% of winning is going to be understanding each platform. So, hashtags, important for TikTok, important for Instagram, nothing for YouTube, right? So understanding how different platforms work, that final 20% matters, but no hashtag is going to save you if your content sucks or you're not consistent on it. Makes total sense. Awesome. Good. Happy quarantine day, guys. I love it. Happy quarantine day. We're all in the same room together now, right? This is Believe Nation. Evan, legit question. Your day, hold on. You drill down and master 1 or 2 platforms. Then I listen to Gary V, 64 pieces, a content challenge on all platforms. Thoughts? I think people who go everywhere suck at everything at the beginning, right? I think being everywhere from a producing standpoint is not going to be a great idea. I think you should be everywhere with your account. I think even if you're dedicating to Instagram and YouTube, for example, you should have a Twitter account. It should be Evan Tinsman. People should be able to find you because somebody might shout you out. Somebody might say, I just had this amazing coaching call with Evan Tinsman, and they tag you, and you didn't know about it. You want to at least be listening and get the notifications. Don't worry about having too many notifications. Not many people are going to be tagging you and talking about you if you're not on the platform. But when somebody does, then you recognize them, you thank them, you make a quick video to say, hey, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing my message. Where people often lose is they try to be everywhere and then nothing is done right. And so I'd much rather you pick the platform that you can win at with your skill set and your audience is, right? Crush that. Make money doing it. And then build up a team to help you go off and crush the other platforms. Sorry, typing. Sorry, typos. Driving. Don't drive and text. Stay safe. William Brown. Evan, so you actually post or a team. So you actually post or a team for you. So it depends. Let me show you. What are we doing? We're talking Instagram? YouTube, I don't post anything. YouTube, I'm in the videos, I'm making the videos, I'm reviewing the videos, but posting, I do none of it because it's mostly just that. At that point, it gets to be just admin stuff. Instagram, let me show you what we're doing. Instagram. So we have 3 different series on Instagram. Let me see. Can I pull this over? Can you guys see this? You can see that, right? Let me move that down a bit. Okay. So I've got 3 series now on Instagram that I'm running. So we do 3 times a day. Okay? 3 times a day. So this one is a video. Okay? So this daily series is a video. If you look at it, you're going to see a video of me talking. And this is me on stage, right? So I'm talking about how you can help others. We'll get a caption of what I said. And then we take that caption and we put it in the caption here. And that's the message. And then we put hashtags on it. I'm barely involved in this at all. Because I already said it, right? Like that's already me. I'm not creating anything new because I already created it. So we're taking some of the best moments from my speeches. That's a speech. What's this one? This is an interview I did. This guy has a YouTube channel and a podcast. So he asked me a question, right? It should be in here. Yeah, there I am. This is my espresso series. So it's taking content, video content that I've already done, and then just throwing a title and captions on it and putting it into micro moments, right? How long is this? This is 1 minute, 1:46, 3:49, 2:16. Like this video itself is going to be a 15-minute video. So we take the best 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm almost nothing in here because I've already done it. These second series is the cartoon. So we'll do one with Cartoon Evan, and then one Cartoon Evan with somebody. So this is with Ed Milet. This is with the Ortners. These guys are awesome tapping. They do EFT tapping. These cartoons, these ones are a collaborative effort. Well, I'll find some. I'll come with ideas. My team will come with some ideas, and then we'll work on it together. These ones, I pull people that I like, and then we look at quotes. And it's just, give me some belief, Ed. And, you know, Ed's a friend of the channel, and we get some quotes that he said that I personally resonate with, and that's the post. So, you know, we use Ed. So look, this is an Ed post here. I actually got a little upset at my team. Not upset, just like we got to fix it. In here, like we used an Ed picture a couple of days ago. Like we shouldn't have another Ed picture for, I mean, I love Ed. It's awesome. But we need to rotate through a couple more people, so we're not just keep using the same people over and over again. But it's the same picture, right? So there's the picture here. These guys here. So that day 2 is always the cartoon series. So there's some work in that, but it's again a team effort. This third series is all me. So this one is me reading the book. So I read an excerpt from my book yesterday, and then I take the excerpt and I put it in the comment in the caption. This is me and Gary, and I wrote this. I wrote this myself. Like, who's your favorite entrepreneur of all time? I first connected with Gary Vee 10 years ago. So I met Gary 10 years ago on a project we're working on. And so I wrote that whole caption. You know, here's me on stage, and I wrote all this right now is the time to be a leader. People are panicking. Your team, your customers, your family, your community, filled with anxiety, right? It's time to step up. So I wrote all this. And then we'll also take some of these pieces and repurpose it and put it into the newsletter. So we're trying to see, like, how do you make 64 pieces of content with Gary's model? Is you're taking 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of content and you're splitting it up a whole bunch of ways. So I'm very heavily involved, especially at the beginning of new projects and new ideas. And then as we can figure out our routines and habits and systems around it, then I can give it to people on my team to help run, manage, and execute. But copy is really hard, right? So if I'm writing something from scratch, then I want to be able to use it in multiple places. So I'll write it for Instagram and pop it to the newsletter, still goes to LinkedIn, still goes to Facebook. So glad that helps. Software used to create the cartoon, it's a human. I have an illustrator. That's her almost full-time job now, just creating cartoons. So an example, right? Like when we're doing something like this, let me load this up. This is a pretty easy one, right? Because we already have a bunch of Evan pictures. So just take one of our Evan pictures, give them a thumbs up, and then put the graphic. Like this is super easy, just circles and stuff, right? This one is harder because these are 3 real people, right? The Ortners who do tapping, right? And so if you saw the original picture, like this is what they look like, and there's me. And so now she had to draw 4 people, So that's a lot more work. And so we'll balance that out with something like this, where we've already done it, right? We drew that picture a while ago, and now we can keep using Ed with different quotes. So we'll try to balance out the schedule a bit. So if I give her a really tough project, like, hey, I need you to draw me and 3 other people, then that's going to take more time. So the next one, we try to give her something that's a little bit easier. Still powerful message, but easier to create. Awesome. Thank you, William. You're welcome, man. If you're one person, where do you start building a team? You figure out what is the skill set that is required in your business that you're doing, but you either suck at, don't love, and never want to be good at. So for me, when I started doing YouTube stuff, the first person I hired was an editor, part-time editor. And that let me really ramp up my production, because I hated video editing and I wasn't good at it, and I never wanted to get good at it. I don't care so much like what you're good at now, because you can get good at anything if you want to. I was never good at it. I didn't want to get better at it. It was slowing me down, but it's a requirement, right? If you want to have a YouTube channel, you want to scale and grow quickly, having an editor will help you. So I hired a part-time editor. So looking at your business, what is the next step that you need, that you're spending time on, that you don't want to spend time on anymore, but you can't just eliminate it, like it's an important part. Hire like from Fiverr. I prefer Upwork. I want to hire people who are ongoing people with me. I have a video called The Hiring Process is Broken on my YouTube channel. I encourage you to look it up, where I break down my entire hiring process. The thumbnail, I think, is an egg, a broken egg, and you see a face on the broken egg. I want to have people who, like if I hire an editor, I don't want to hire somebody on Fiverr who I need to keep hiring back on different projects. I want to hire somebody for 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, right? That's typically how we'll do it. We'll start somebody off at 5 or 10 hours a week, and then now they're 10, and now they're 20. And then it becomes, well, how much do you want to work, right? Somebody we just hired recently 2 months ago, now she's at 50 hours a week. It's like, how much do you want to work? I can work more. Okay, great. 50? 70? Like, how much do you want to work? I may not always have the opportunity for them to work more hours, but I like to know. Meanwhile, other people only want 20 hours a week, only want 30 hours a week. Great. Constantly adjusting. But Upwork is more designed to have long-term people on your team, right? The people on my team, Christina, my video editor, has been, I don't know, 8 years or something on the team creating content. So it's much more designed for that, where Fiverr is better for one-off projects, like a gig, not somebody on your team. So when I did, I don't have it here. I had to get a bunch of illustrations done, and I had to get 40 illustrations done or something. And at the time, I had no need for an ongoing illustrations. It was for the top 10 Rules of Success book that I did. We did illustrations of all the people. So there are 40 people. I need 40 illustrations. So I hired somebody in Fiverr to do it. I didn't know that, hey, 2 years later, I'd be doing illustrations every day on my Instagram, right? Now I need somebody who's on my team, because every day I need a new illustration to put to my Instagram and social accounts, right? So Fiverr is great for one-off gigs that you may never need again. We did a song. I did an entrepreneur rap song, and a friend of mine local did the singing, and we needed a rapper. And so we got a rapper off of Fiverr. It's like, hey, can you rap these like 16 lines? I had a guy call my agent and pretend to be Morgan Freeman from Fiverr. That was amazing. So like these one-off random things, or even helping for your business, a one-off thing Fiverr's amazing for, but ongoing work on your team. And I think you should want to build a team. You want to build loyalty. You want to build systems. You want to not have to train somebody new all the time. You want to have a team that's ongoing work. Upwork. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. No problem. David, appreciate this content. Well timed. Glad it's helping you. Amazing. What else? Just had your book delivered this week. Excited. Amazing. Happy reading. Good luck. 10x social media marketing. Hi, Evan. Thumbs up. Tons of emojis. What is that? Is it a girl emoji? I don't know what that emoji is, but appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Evan Tinsman, booked my first coaching call with a large group today. I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. Keep sharing the wins, man. Keep putting in the work. Keep putting in the work. Evan, you have to go off and crush it so that I can look good as your mentor. Okay, so let's go. I want to be able to say, look at Evan Tinsman. I helped that guy take off. Make it happen, Evan. Make it happen, my guy. What camera do you record? What camera do you recommend for starting on your phone? This is the camera to start recording off of. Don't go out and buy a camera. It doesn't matter. Your phone. Your phone is awesome. That's what you need to make it off of. And start today. How do you instruct, Evan, how do you instruct an Upwork editor on what you want if brand is still developing? You need to work, and this is a fantastic angle on the question, because I think you need to work with people who can be flexible with you. The number of times I have changed my video, intro, theme, songs, like even now, look at Espresso, look at the videos that went up today versus last week. The intro is totally different. And I'll tell my editors, hey, I want to try this week. And maybe it works. Often it doesn't work because we've honed it so much, but hopefully this is the time that it works. We are constantly adjusting. Looking at my thumbnails on YouTube, I've spoken on thumbnails. People love my thumbnails. Like I do more split tests than anybody on YouTube for thumbnails, and yet I still think my thumbnails suck. We just found a new winning formula for our thumbnails, and now 2 people on my team are every day going back and updating old thumbnails. So we're going to do 3,000 more split tests this year on thumbnails, going back, editing what's already been done. So more important than how do I instruct somebody on brand guidelines that are still developing is how do I get the person who can be flexible and nimble like I am, right? So if Evan Tinsman decides to change his name to Godman, although Evan's a fantastic name too, right? And then you change all of your logos and branding, and now you have wings and all this. Great. Let's do it. That's the most important thing. Because even as you define your brand and develop it, guess what? More changes. I changed my airplane, right? This year? No, last year? Nina, when did I change the airplane? It was this year, right? Because we got the new car, because we're going to do the tour. This year I changed my plane. I've had this plane it started off as a blue plane or a white plane. Blue and white were my colors and became gold and black. I changed the gold. This is a different color than this. This isn't even my airplane anymore. This is old. This is vintage. This is old school airplane. So it's getting the people who are going to be willing to adjust with you. That's the most important thing. You have a DM request coming from me. I'm way ahead of you. Okay. Amazing. The Richard Pryor in the house. Welcome, man. Hi, Evan. Hope you are well. Should I give up on LinkedIn and stick with IG, Facebook, YouTube? Pay attention to bandwidth, pay attention to results. I think right now, do you have extra time or do you have less time? If you have extra time, then go do it. If you have less time, then I'd focus in on what's actually working for me. I gave up on LinkedIn a long time ago. I'm playing with it again. I'm getting some results on LinkedIn, but nowhere near YouTube or Instagram. If you're just starting up from nothing, then LinkedIn, if you have a business audience, could be potentially a faster way to grow. But I'm not all in on LinkedIn. It's way better than it used to be, but YouTube is still by far a much better platform to be on. So where are you getting results? And can you double down on those platforms and start getting money so that you can build a team, so that you can have people help you create content? I don't touch LinkedIn. I don't touch LinkedIn at all, except for responding to DMs. And we hack my current content that we're posting to Instagram and post it to LinkedIn and maybe switch up the hashtags or whatever. But my team is fully in charge of like 90% of the content for sure that goes up. Thank you. You're welcome. Glad to help, man. Sending you love. Should I clean up past Facebook accounts and start fresh, or leave the old me up? I always leave the old, you can go back on my YouTube and find my first videos. So many people delete their first videos. You can go back, go find mine, go see what I made. It's embarrassing. You know, there I am 11 years ago, stumbling and anxious and anxiety and, you know, nervousness and all of it, trying to put it together. And I kept it up because it shows the journey. What's your message? Like, think about what is your message? Who is it? David, what's your message to people? What's the message of your content? Is the main theme of your message that you're trying to put out there only release content that's perfect? Probably not. So you need to start to live your message yourself, which means keeping up the old stuff. And people find it awesome, right? Awesome. Let people find it.